The king asked the Lord how Brahma created the universe and the reason of his having 4 heads. The Lord Fish replied that first of all Brahma practiced devout austerities, whereby were revealed the sacred Vedas, together with their complements and supplements and the meters. The oldest of all sastras was first recollected by Brahma, the eternal Brahman, in words, with its 10 million elaborations. After that, Brahma revealed the sacred Vedas and the sciences of Mimamsa, Nyaya, etc., together with the eightfold proof. Inspired with the Vedic knowledge, Brahma became conscious of his supreme potentiality and through his desire created the 10 sages, who are known as the Manasar sons of the Creator, such as Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kratu, Pracheta, Bhrigu, Vasistha and Narada. In addition to the aforementioned 10 sages, the following came into existence from the various limbs of his body, without having any mother. From his right thumb appeared Prajapati Daksa. From his breast Dharma, from his heart Cupid, from his brows anger, from his lips greed, from his intellect delusion, from his egoism arrogance, from his throat glee, from his eyes death, from his hands the sage Bharata. These are the 9 sons, O king, and the 10th was a girl, called Angaja. At this, the king Vivashvata Manu said, Lord, I have understood that intellect begot delusion and egoism begot arrogance. But what is intellect? The Lord replied that the presence of the 3 attributes, such as sattva, rajas, tamas, in equipoise, form the prakriti. The same prakriti is also known as pradhana, avyakta and maya. The creation springs from this very prakriti and ultimately disappears into it. By a disturbance in these attributes, the same one form manifested itself into 3, as Brahma, Vishnu and Maheswara. Similarly, the presence of the 3 attributes in unequal parts begets Mahatitva, which is also known as intellect. Egoism sprang from the Mahatitva, and the 5 organs of perception and other 5 organs of action originated from egoism. These are the ears, the skin, the eyes, the tongue, the nose, the anus, the male and the female organs of generation, the hands, the feet, the speech. The 5 organs of perception produced words, touch, form, flavor, and smell, and the 5 organs of action brought forth emission, happiness, talking, walking and speech. The mind is reckoned to be the 11th organ, as it helps the faculties of intellect and action in their respective operations. The minute molecules of all the organs form the substratum for the individual soul that lies enshrined in it, and it is for this reason that the frame within which lies the asylum of the individual soul is known by the name of subtle body. The individual soul, by coming in contact with this atomic body, is called corporeal. The mind, propelled by desire to create, starts the work of creation. The subtle element of sound brought ether into being. Sound is the only attribute of ether. By a concussion in ether, came forth wind, possessing the qualities of sound and tangibility, and the subtle element of tangibility produced brilliancy, which caused water attributed with sound, tangibility and form. The earth was produced by the potency of the subtle element of liquidity inherent in water, and it has the attributes akin to water and also of the subtle element of fragrance. The Mahatitva, which is formed by the 5 subtle and primary elements, is called the Vijnanmaya causa by the Vedantins. Buddhi, i.e. intellect, is another name for the same. The man possessed of this 25th element enjoys and suffers. The body therefore comprises the 26 elements, and the individual soul, which is subordinate to the wishes of the Lord, closes the list of the elements that make up the human body. Lord Brahma created the universe by the help of the above enumerated elements, and Sankhya, which is one of the 6 systems of Hindu philosophy, is so called by Kapila, etc., because it enumerates these elements. Lord Brahma, after creating his Manasar Putras, was not quite satisfied with the work of his creation. He set about devising some plan which would carry on the work of creation and would relieve him of the task. With this view, he began to invoke Gayatri. After some time, the goddess Gayatri, known under different names, such as Satarupa, Savitri, Saraswati, Brahmani, etc., appeared in the form of a girl from the half portion of Brahma's body, who at the first sight mistakenly took her for his daughter. Afterwards, the Creator, seeing that form of exquisite beauty, was fired with love and repeatedly uttered, "What an enchanting form!" At this, the Manasar Putras of Brahma, that is, Vasistha, etc., taking Savitri for their sister, began to express their feelings of seething indignation and contempt at the attitude of their father, Lord Brahma. But he was so much absorbed in love that he did not heed anything in the least. Brahma continued uttering, "Oh, what an enchanting form! Oh, what an enchanting form! In his love for the goddess Savitri, and the latter, after saluting him, began to circumambulate him in reverence. Brahma fixed his gaze on Savitri and could not distract himself from her. As she was circumambulating him, he felt shy of turning his head each time to her direction, as his Manasar Putras was standing close by. He therefore created 4 heads, each pointed to a direction, in order that he may see Savitri undisturbed, without having to turn his head each time in course of her circumambulations. Seeing Brahma in such a condition, Satarupa went to heaven with the Manas sons of the Creator, and as she was traveling towards heaven, Brahma put on a 5th head right on top, which afterwards he covered with his long matted hair. This is how Brahma came to have 5 heads. After this, Brahma lost his powers that he had acquired by practicing asceticism, owing to his not controlling his mind and falling into the snares of Cupid. Then Brahma dispersed his sons, after directing them to carry on the work of creation. The sons of Brahma, in obedience to his instructions, set themselves to complete the work of creation, and afterwards they took leave of Brahma with salutations. Brahma, fired with passion in her company, married Satarupa and began to pass his days in enjoyment inside a lotus. He enjoyed the company of Savitri for 100 years, and after a long time Manu was born to them. Manu, thus born, was Svayambhu Manu, who, owing to his close affinity to Brahma, is also called Adipurusa, the first man. The progeny of Svayambhu Manu multiplied considerably and the Vairahas are among them. Shvarochisa, etc., the 7 Manas, and another set of 7 Manas, Autami, etc., altogether the 14 Manas, belong to the family of Svayambhu Manu. O, King Vaivashvata Manu, said the Lord, you are the 7th of the last set of Manas. Here ends the 3rd chapter dealing with primary creation.